Hello, my friends. This is MC Oda, and welcome to this episode of my Minecraft Survival Let's Play. Let's get started. So I'm down here in my spider grinder that I made last episode, and I took a little bit of time off camera to go ahead and grind through some levels, and I ended up making this this sword, which is a Bane of Arthropods sword with Sweeping Edge 3. And this is going to be a great sword for this farm. Essentially, no matter how many spiders I have in this chamber, I can pretty much just one-shot all of them with this sword. Boom, just like that. So it just gets them all, and then I just get the experience flooding in, which is just really cool. And with the fact that there's 3 blocks here for them to stand in, the entity cramming is going to allow quite a few mobs in this little chamber. So that's something where I'll be able to like walk away from it for a while, you know, do some things around the house, and then come back and have a big old pile of like 50, 60 spiders in here to just one-shot pow. So that's going to serve me really, really well in this game, and I'm really excited about this. I'm so glad I decided to go with this grinder. While I was down here, I did decide to go through some of my resources. I used quite a lot of my leather, a couple diamonds, and bit of my iron to make this enchanting room here, so that I can do enchantments and unenchantments and combine items, and that way I can sit down here and grind through levels and then use them right away without having to go all the way back home and come back. So I think this even though I spent quite a bit of resources doing this, I think it's going to be totally worth it in the future. And again, I'm pretty excited. I think this thing is going to really do me well. So, as far as this episode is concerned, now that I have the grinder, so I can crank through levels, and I can like unenchant and re-enchant items until I get exactly what I want. And now that I have the villagers going, started with the farmer, and I've got the potions, and I can get that going. I think it's time to just kind of grind out some really good equipment. I have a decent number of diamonds, so I should be able to enchant quite a few items and then kind of combine them into what I need. So I'm thinking that that's the direction I want to go at this stage in the game. Just get myself some good equipment so that I can just kind of get along to doing the things I want to do. But before I do that, I want a Mending Villager. So I want a Mending Librarian who can sell me mending books that I can get on these items that I'm going to be enchanting. And to do that, I could kind of do it the same way I did this farmer. I could get this guy into his own little home or building, and then kind of do what I did the quick and dirty method over here with this guy. But honestly, when I did that, the emphasis I think is on the dirty, because there was really nothing quick about it. It took me quite a while to do this, and it was a bit of a pain. I got into some trouble with some mobs several times. It was hard to get them into the chamber. I had to protect him from the light if I did, and it really took a long time. So I think I'd rather set up an actual an actual villager curing station. So maybe a place where I can keep a zombie in there, and I can bring the villager into it and get him set up the way I want, and then get him cured and cure him down several times in a row in a nice, easy, controlled manner. And then after that, I can scoot him away to wherever he is going to end up being. So I think for this episode, I'm going to start working on that zombie curing station. And I'm trying to decide where I want it. So I know the villagers I have are squirreled away are up here in this village, and I have a good 5 or 6 or 7 of them total. So I don't need to make a villager breeder right away. I've got a few to spare that I can make into what I need before I go to the breeding. But for future planning, I'm thinking the I think the villager breeder is going to be kind of down in this field. I'm going to set that up down here. So I'm thinking if I set up the villager breeder here, I'll want the kind of the zombifying curing station close by. So I was thinking I might put it up on this hill. Thought that might be a good spot, but I'm also thinking it might not be the most attractive thing to have up on this hill because I have a few ideas of what I wanted to do with it. But you know what? I think I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to put it up on this hill, and we'll see how that goes. So my ideas with making this is that I was kind of thinking of like kind of like a big like a first aid tent kind of looking thing. It's obviously not going to be real small. It's going to have to be a little bit more boxy and building shaped. It's not going to be a small tent because there has to be some room inside of it. So my first thought was I have a ton of wool in my inventory from when I was getting all that wool for the ceilings of the house, and of course some of it I haven't used yet, so I got a ton of wool, and I can use that for the tent. But part of me also thinks that that's asking for trouble, because even though it doesn't seem to happen often, and it's never actually happened to me, I worry about lightning strikes, right? So if you have, like, right now, if lightning were to strike that wooden house, that whole roof is going to burn up. Same here with my house. But I kind of feel like making a giant wool house is that's just asking for trouble. That's just going to attract, it's going to be like a big old lightning rod that's going to attract the lightning to that house. So my alternate idea was to, here, let me empty out the junk that's in my inventory. My alternate idea here was to use quartz to make the building. So one advantage then to using the quartz is it's not flammable, and but I need a lot of it, right? Because I have the quartz that I've mined up in the nether so far, and then if I'm not mistaken, it takes 4 of those to make a block of quartz. And then let's see, and I'm probably not going to want to use just the straight up blocks of quartz. I think, isn't there like a smooth quartz you can make now? See, because this has like a divided kind of a sectioned look to it, and I want this to look a little bit more smooth, because that looks like constructed blocks rather than like a tent, like it's made out of one material. And I'm not certain how to make those blocks. I'm not sure. I don't know if it comes from this or if I have to actually smelt them. Quartz pillar, quartz bricks, chiseled quartz. Yeah, I think I might have to smelt these things to get the smooth quartz. Let's just make one more so I have an even 8. All right, let me smelt these guys down and see what that looks like. Yeah, I think this is right. I think this is going to become smooth quartz, I think is what they're calling it. Smooth quartz. And I think, and of course I'm not going to be able to tell until I have more than one, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, these edges don't have that that groove in them, so they're not going to have that division. Yeah, see? They're, yep, that's smooth. So what I think is that the walls of this building, and probably even the top, can you make this material into stairs? I hope you can make this into stairs and slabs. Let's see if I can put it on the stone cutter. Okay, great. You can make stairs and slabs out of this. Okay, so I think I'm going to make pretty much the entire exterior structure of this building out of this smooth quartz, and that way it's going to kind of look like a big old first aid tent. And as far as the design, I'm just going to kind of use this like a whiteboard. Here's my whiteboard, and here, the dirt is my marker. Rather than doing like a tent that that kind of goes up and maybe even like spikes at the top and then kind of comes back down, that's not going to give me a whole lot of room inside that kind of shape. So I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit more boxy. It's going to kind of be something more like this. Right, so it'll be kind of like this, but like rectangle shaped, longer than it is wide, so that it kind of looks like a big tent. And I can even do stuff like some wood pillars and some cross beams to make it look like the poles that are holding the fence, the tent up. So I think that's kind of the design I'm going to go with for this thing. And yeah, so that means that the next thing I need is a whole bunch of quartz, which means I have to go diving back into the nether, the bane of my existence, the nether. So I'm going to have to jump back in there, and I'm going to have to go mine a bunch of quartz. And as far as getting that quartz, I figured I have two options. I can either go overland. That's probably going to be the quickest way to find quartz, but it's also a pretty dangerous way. Or I can go back to where I tunneled to get to the fortress, and I can kind of tunnel at that level, and I can look for quartz as well as looking for ancient debris. I'm not running that there. So, but that means I'm going to have to go get my strider and go across the lava lake over to where I made that tunnel. So I think I'm going to do that. And I'm going to travel there. Oh, I did bring I brought a fence and a lead and a chest here so that I can not have to rely quite as heavily on walling these guys in. I can just I can leash them. I'm assuming you can leash these guys. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. So, oh, where are you? Oh, right here. Oh. I do not like walking on this soul sand. Okay. Alright, little guy. There you are. So, if oh, that guy gave me a bow. Let's see. If I put a post in here. And can I actually leash you to it? Oops. Oh. Okay, maybe I gotta shift. Okay, you can leash them up. Alright, so I think I'll do that. And this chest is here, where I can leave the lead when I'm going. Alright, so I'm gonna go ride this guy back over there to the other side. And I'm gonna jump down in that hole. And I'll be back with you in just a moment. And I forgot my mushroom on a stick. Okay, that's going to help with the strider. I'll be right back. Okay, well, I'm down here in the tunnel that I had originally carved out to travel to the Nether Fortress, and you can see I left pockets of quartz while I was going, because at the moment I was digging this, my goal wasn't to look for quartz. So I'm thinking I can either just follow this tunnel and see what quartz I missed, or I can just start a new tunnel. You know, maybe run parallel with this. Maybe go over this way a little bit. And oh, I don't want to waste my silk touch on netherrack. Yeah, so I was thinking I'd kind of come over here. Maybe, you know, maybe that's good enough. That's far enough. And then just start tunneling this way. And basically, if I find any pockets of nether quartz, I can mine that out. I can also mine out any pockets of the gold ore that's found here in the nether. And then maybe I'll even be able to find some ancient debris while I'm down here. So I'm going to do this. This is going to be really uneventful because there really shouldn't be much going on down here. So I'll see you when I'm done with this. And then we'll be ready to go back to the overworld and get this build started. So I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, I am back from my trip underground. I got a couple stacks of nether quartz here, and I think once I get that into, grind that down with fortune and get it formed into blocks, that should be plenty for what I need. I got a bit of the gold ore, and I even found 2 ancient debris while I was down there. And when I came back, I came to a nice surprise of the wooden fence post and apparently the lead that I had this guy attached to burned up. So I saw the netherrack here was on fire, and that post was gone. So I'm glad he did not wander off. If he had wandered off, I would have been in pretty bad sorts. Whoa, whoa, hey, that guy, ho, ho, ho. Oh, he almost got me. Oh, geez, there's another big one back there. Alright. Oh, man. Oh. I'm not getting any of their drops, but maybe I should just try to run and outrun them. You know what? Maybe I'm going to do that. Let me just outrun them. Alright, let me get back to the overworld, and I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, I'm back here at my home, and I was getting ready to grind through some of this quartz to see how much I got, and I realized that there was a little contraption I wanted to make. And this is a contraption to make grinding through a couple stacks of material a little bit quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I think I'm going to... It's not the prettiest build. It's a pretty quick and simple thing, but I want it... Let's see. I'll kind of put it maybe in the corner here. Well, that's probably going to be storage, so maybe let me do it in this corner. And I can always move this later if I want. So there's a little trick you can do. If you put the ore that you're mining in your left-hand slot and your pick in this slot, and if you target a block that your pick can't break very easily, like wood or obsidian or something, and what you can do, if you line yourself up just right, you can kind of left click to get it attached to that block, but keep your left click held and then your right click. Right click to place the block. And while you keep that button held, you can press your left click and then you'll just kind of mine in place and mine in place. You have to be a little bit careful that, you know, your crosshairs are still targeting that block whenever the new one disappears. So like if you do that and then you start trying to do it here, it's not going to work right. And if you're going kind of down, it's also a little bit tricky. But one thing you can do, if I want to grind through like 4 stacks of this stuff without having to like stop and change my inventory, I can rig up a little gizmo here where, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm going to put a dispenser here facing, so I'm going to be standing here when I do this. I got this dispenser facing me, and the block I'm going to be placing is going to be here. Oops, actually I didn't want to place that one. So because the block I'm placing is here, I want the block that I'm targeting to be something that my pickaxe can't easily break through. And I figured this would be a good use for some of that crying obsidian that I got, because it's such a cool looking block. Okay, and now the way this is going to work here is I'm going to put, I think I can do that. Yep, okay. So this redstone torch is sending a signal into this repeater. And then if I place a block in this square, that repeater is going to put the signal into that block and let it travel into that redstone, and it's going to trigger this dispenser. So you should hear this click whenever I place a block down. Okay, I don't know if you heard that click. So that activated it. And then whenever you mine it, it just turns off without activating again. So then the next one you place, boop, it activates that dispenser. So what I can do is I can put, you know, some in my left hand, and then the rest of that in this dispenser. And then as I start doing this, let's see, get kind of lined up right. Okay, why is it not going in? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that my crosshairs are such that I'm not going to be putting a block on top of this. So I'm going to target this side of the block, but also make sure my crosshairs are at a point where they're going to, when this block is gone, it's going to be targeting that obsidian. So now I'm going to just start doing this, and as I go, every time I place a block, it's going to spit a new one out, and I'm going to pick it up into my inventory, and since I have them in my left hand, they're automatically going to go into the stack that's in my left hand. So you can see my left hand stack just keeps going 35, 36, 35, 36. So that stack is being replenished, and I can just sit here and, I got to make sure I don't move my mouse, but I've got both of my buttons clicked, and I can just sit here doing this until I've cranked through all 4 stacks of these blocks. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing this, and I'll be back with you when it's done. Okay, now the dispenser is empty, and you can hear it still clicks, but you can see that the inventory in my left hand is actually going down because it's not being refilled anymore. And a couple more whacks here, and that should be done. Boom, that's all of it. Yeah, so I was able to crank through all those stacks, and I got all this nether quartz. I just kind of have to walk around and collect some that went flying. So yeah, that's a pretty cool little contraption that I like building for after I come back from big long mining trips. Say I got a couple stacks of coal I want to rip through, or a couple stacks of iron now, because you can fortune up the iron, and it's just kind of a cool way to that way I can use my silk touch when I'm out and about collecting materials, and then I can just come back here and crank through it all with fortune. So yeah, just wanted to show you that little contraption. Okay, let's see how much fortune. I'm sorry. Let's see how much quartz I ended up getting out of that. Let me put some of these blocks away. Okay. Why isn't it? Okay. Put all the cobblestone away. All right. So let's see how many quartz blocks I can get out of this. I don't want to use all of my quartz, because you can use quartz for recipes like comparators and stuff. But I think, all right, yeah, I think 2 stacks of this quartz is going to be probably plenty to build a little first aid tent. So I'm going to have to get this smelting into smooth quartz. And while that's smelting, I can start planning things out. So, one thing I'm going to need is some red wool. I hear spiders. I bet it's dark outside. And I wonder if I have anything that can make red dye yet. Let's see. Red tulips. I'm guessing red tulips probably can. Let's see. Yep, okay. Yep, red tulips can. So, and I've got red tulips in that field, so I can make, because I'm going to want some, hey, wait, what's going on? That's how you dye wool, right? Am I missing something here? Is it, it's not 1 dye per wool, is it? You gotta be kidding. Oh, geez, that's right. That's so expensive. All right, well, I need to dye a sheep red then. Get my red wool that way. Okay. All right, well, that's still cooking up. Okay, well, let's see. What else am I gonna need to build this? So I'm gonna need some wood, logs. Let's see. I'm gonna use oak logs, and I'll probably strip them so they'll kind of look like wooden poles. Let's see. For the actual villager contraption, I'm gonna need minecart rails. Let's see. I don't have any of those. I guess when I found that abandoned mine, I didn't pick up any minecart tracks, so I'm actually going to need at least a couple of gold ones for powered, and I'm going to need several iron ones. So let's go ahead and craft those up. We'll get some gold ones and some iron ones. Okay, am I not seeing the crafting recipe? It's iron, right? It's iron. Or no, it's oh wow. Yeah. So where's the recipe? Those are ladders, powered. Huh. All right, well, I'm not going crazy. The recipe's not here. That's strange. Now I have the recipe. Okay, well, I already had all the materials. I'm surprised the recipe didn't show up there. So I don't have a ton of iron because I also wasted, or not wasted, I used up some on that, on the other anvil. I used up some of that iron. Let's see. But this should be enough track for what I want to do. And I'm going to need a mine cart, which I probably don't have one of those yet. I'll make a mine cart. And just for getting villagers around, I'm probably going to need my boat. And let's see. I'm going to need some glass. I'm probably going to want more than that. Do I have sand? Not much. Let's see. I can smelt up some of this sand. Well, once that's done. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to need. I'm going to need a bucket of water. I've got that on me. Let's bring a second one just in case. I'm going to need a name tag, so I'm going to have to find a zombie. So, where's my name tags? There's my name tags. Let's see. I'm going to need a couple buttons. Those are easy enough. I can make just wood buttons. Let's see. Some buttons. Some track. And we're going to need a lever. So let me get the materials for that. And I know this might be probably boring with me going through my inventory, but I'm kind of waiting for that stuff to smelt. But I think that might be all the materials I need. So now, even though it's a tent, I don't want it to be open to the elements. I don't want zombies to break down because there's going to be villagers in it. So I'm going to have to put an iron door on one side of it, which means I'm probably going to need more buttons. Okay. And I think this might be about everything that I need. Let's see. I'm going to go dye a sheep or two and get my wool later. My red wool for the red crosses in the tent. Alright, I just want to get the sand in here. Okay. Alright, so that sand will cook up pretty quickly. Alright, let me go sleep and get rid of these mobs that I hear moaning around outside. If I can sleep. See, I need to move this bed. Go away. There we go. Okay, I've gotten the material that I needed for now. And I can go ahead and get started building this. Let's see. My inventory is pretty full. Let me stick a chest out here. This chest I'll end up putting inside the tent, but for now I just need it to store any stuff that I get filling up my inventory. Alright, so I'm going to put this thing up here, and I'm trying to think of what size I need. I think I might lay out my, I need a generic building block. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with some basic building materials. I'm going to put some of my inventory away. I'm going to need the carts for now. Let's see. Some of this I don't need. Okay, clear out some space. Here we go. Okay, so first I want to set up how my actual station is going to work. And then once that's done, then I can build the tent around it. Okay, I'm just kind of clearing out these path blocks. And oh, this shovel. You know, I really don't want to kill my diamond shovel. But at this point, it's so dead that even using it to repair another shovel is almost worthless. So I'm just going to use it up. It is just one diamond. And if I'd have caught it a lot earlier, I could have like maybe used it as an enchant to combine with another shovel. Well, I guess I technically could have. Because I could have put it on a full shovel. That never mind. Whatever. I'm not going to fret over it. It's one diamond. Okay. So here's how I want my station to work. And let's see. So the first thing I'm going to need is a spot for my zombie. So my zombie, so I'm going to assume the front of the tent will be here. Well, the front, that would make the front pretty inaccessible, wouldn't it? Well, that's still going to be the front. Okay. So I'm going to come into the tent, and then I'm going to want the zombie kind of in the back corner. So if we assume that the tent goes up to here. Let's assume that's the wall of the tent. And we can even make the back of the tent go like that. So let's say that's the back corner of the tent. Now, technically, I want the zombie standing here so that so I can get my villager up next to him so that the villager can get hurt. But one thing I've noticed whenever I do that, sometimes this zombie will kind of stand more in the back corner, and then he won't target the villager. He has to be kind of pushed into this front corner to target the villager sometimes. And now I have to actually craft a shovel because I used up my shovel. Sometimes I just don't really think ahead. Okay, let's see. I could just crafted a new shovel earlier and save the diamond one. Okay. Shovel, there you go. Okay. So, and I did this kind of on the last world that I played because, and this is the first time I found out that the zombie wasn't like attacking the villager. So instead, I had to put the zombie in a 2x2, and then if I put a little bit of water in the corner, then the water kind of pushes him up into this corner. So then whenever I park a villager here next to him, he's right up in this corner, and he's definitely close enough that he'll start hitting the villager. So this is where I'm going to want my zombie positioned. Okay, so if my zombie is positioned there, that means I'm going to have a powered rail going into that block, and eventually I'll put a button on that. I'll put a button here to activate that. So then what I would want is I would want the rail to come out from it, and then I want somewhere where my villager can be when I cure him. So this kind of back wall will be the zombification wall, and then the tent doesn't have to be super wide at this point. It has to be a little wider because of this zombie chamber, but it can actually, well, yeah, let's do this. Okay, so then if the tent kind of came out about this far, maybe, it's going to be an awfully big tent. The tent is going to be a tent that's bigger than that. But if you think about first aid tent in like a battlefield situation, they're pretty big. They got to fit several cots and stuff in them. So all I really need over here is somewhere for the villager to go that's not right next to the zombie. So the villager, I could just like park him right here if I want to. That should be plenty of distance, and he can kind of come up here, and then this is where I can cure him. And let's see, change this to a powered rail so that he'll stop on it when he hits the wall. And then what I can also do is, if I'm trying to get him to get like the trade that I want, I can put the workstation on either one of these squares to get him to become the profession that I want. And then whenever he's ready to go, I can hit a button. He'll scoot around over here to the zombie. And once the zombie's hurt him, I'll hit a button and that'll scoot him back over here. And then I can cure him. Pretty simple stuff. Pretty simple design. I'm sure there's a lot more elegant designs out there, and people probably have created, I mean, I've seen much more creative and interesting builds for this purpose, but I think this will be good enough for me, and I'll even have room in here for, I can stick a chest and stuff in here for things I need to store. So, and he probably honestly doesn't even have to be this far away, but, this gives away so when I throw the splash potion, it doesn't hurt my zombie in any way. All right, well, I think this is what I'm going to go with as far as the design. So then I guess this footprint is what I need for the tent. And the door will go here. That will go there. All right, I think this is going to work. It could even be a little shorter, but again, I think I'll just go with it. There might be a little bit of wasted space in here, but that's not going to hurt anybody. So I need to get a zombie, and I need to get him secured in here, and I need to get him named, and then I need to, well, first I need to get something a little bit better than dirt there before I get the zombie. So Let me go ahead. It's almost nighttime, which means it's time to find the zombie. So I want to get this corner built up real quick. You know what? I am just going to use glass for the zombie. I don't know why I'm running back to the house. I think my instinct was to go get mossy cobblestone or mossy stone, because oftentimes when I do this, it's kind of in a basement or something, and then I end up putting mossies around him because of the water and because he's a gross mossy zombie. So I gotta work quick here because the night's coming, and this night is what's going to give me the zombie that I need. All right, so the tent is going to be like that. This back of the tent will still be white, I guess. I might play around with that material. Let's see. The zombie is going to be. See, yeah, because the zombie can't be in. Actually, well, I don't want smooth quartz on the interior of this build. Let's see. I really didn't think that out. So, because if I use glass to hold him in, well, I can still use glass to hold him in. I could always put the button on the floor. Yeah, that's fine. That's, you know, I don't think the Inspector General is going to come by and tell me my button has to be up on a block anytime. So, I think we're good to go with that. Let's see. So, let's get. He really just needs one piece of glass there, and then he's going to have like a cap over him so he can't jump. So, and that I'm going to temporarily have to make out of dirt until I actually get him in here. Actually, you know what? I can maybe get him in here with a boat, and then I don't have to worry about luring him in. Okay, yeah, let me do that. All right, and I forgot to name my name tag. Oh, jeez. I'm so unprepared. Okay, I'll be back in just a second while I name this name tag. Okay, I have found my candidate. Here he comes, and let's hope while I was down here getting him that no... Whoa, hello. Let's hope that no creepers spawned up here on this hill. Okay, I think I'm safe. Okay, so let's see if I can get him on this boat. Oh, get in the boat. There we go. Awesome. Good job, buddy. So, well, I guess I can't really... Okay, maybe the boat wasn't such a great idea. Okay, let's see. And have I said it before? I'm not really a professional Minecrafter. I've just been playing for a while. Okay. I hear you, buddy. You're pretty upset about the boat situation here. So let me get you... Oh boy. Okay, see, I need to get you in there. You know what, maybe for now, this can come out a little bit, and then we can play around with your positioning. Alright. Let's just do this for now. Okay, don't want you to get out. Don't want you to jump through that. Okay. I still want to get out. Let's see. I need to get you in the corner. So I think I can get you in the corner by using a bucket to kind of corral you over. Okay, let's try that. So, and I can't sleep yet or he's going to burn because there is no roof. Okay, so I'm going to need to turn on my hitboxes so that I can hit the boat and not him. So, boom. Okay. Alright, no creepers. Okay, let me turn those hitboxes back off. Alright, so now at first I want to get him up into that 4-block square up there. So if I just put a bucket here, that should push him over. Now that he's over there, I can probably get... Well, let me get these in first so he doesn't get out. I can put... I need him in a 4x4. What am I doing? Okay. So stay where you are. And your home is going to be those 4 squares. And oh, dang it. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Okay, I'm glad I heard his little slappy feet. Did that guy just turn into a drowned? Oh no, that was a different one. Oh my lord. I was going to say, it's just his feet in the water. I don't think he would... Ooh, copper. Thanks, buddy. Okay, so that's going to be your home. And I'm going to put a piece of glass over your head so that you can't jump out of there. And of course there's going to be... Do I seriously not have enough glass? I do if I pick up the one that he has. Okay. And then those 2 pieces of glass have to come up without him getting out. Oh, jeez. I really didn't plan this out. Oh, geez, now the babies are here. Okay, this is actually why I don't like fire aspect on my sword. Is because of zombies. Okay, I cannot target these little guys. Oh boy, you guys are seeing just a total comedy of errors here. Okay. Yeah, I got fire aspect. I got sharpness, better sharpness, and I combined it with my sword, and it had fire aspect. And I don't typically like that on my swords for that exact reason you just saw. Okay, so how can I keep him in there? I'll kind of box him in like that, and he shouldn't be able to jump now. But yeah, as I was saying, I typically don't like fire aspect on my sword because of the zombies. You know, you turn them into fire and then they light you on fire. Okay, so that's going to be your home guy. And just so that you don't burn, you are going to get a roof for now. And one of your pals is on his way over. Okay, so I think if I leave now, he's going to be safe and secure in that square, and I can work around him. All right, let me go sleep so I can get rid of these other guys. Whoa. Oh. Okay, so I've slept. The sun is up. Hopefully all of the nearby mobs are gone. Ah, oh, jeez, creepers. Dang it. Oh, God. Boy, those guys. Too close to my sheep pen. He's going to kill my... Okay. Thought he's going to blow up and break my fence there. Let all my sheep out. Okay, let me do a quick scan for mobs before I get too comfortable here. Okay, there's a creeper way over there, but he's probably too far away to track over here. I think I'm safe. Okay, so before I name him, I'm going to make sure I can actually get him situated the way I want him. Oh, hey, that guy just despawned. Okay, so break that and break that. I don't think I want a grass floor. Well, you know what? It's a tent. So maybe a grass floor is just fine. Well, I can change the floor later if I want. Alright, so if I put the bucket in that corner, that pushes you up into this front corner. Yeah, see, now that he's like snuggled up in the corner, anytime a villager is here, boom, he'll do that. He'll just smack him. And that is what I'm looking for. Excellent. So his positioning is done. Okay, so you're safe from the sun. You're secure in your box. You are good to go, sir. Okay, so I guess the back of my... Ah, crap! Oh, no! Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, okay. I looked for these guys. Okay. Well, the water's keeping them in the corner, so that's good. Oh, I ran out of glass. Ah, no. Okay, I didn't lose my zombie. Jeez. Okay, guys. Let me go, Let's see. Take a few deep breaths, and I'm going to go get some sand and make some more glass so that I can repair this. And then I'll be right back. Okay, so I went back and I got some sand and some glass. And now I can come up here and actually finish fixing this guy's box and get on with this build. So let's just do... What? Wait, where'd you go, guy? So this should have kept him protected from the sun. And he despawned because I didn't name him yet. Oh my lord. Oh, I'm not sure if I want to laugh or cry. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go through this again now. It'll be night soon. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's try for the second zombie, and hopefully these guys won't be causing me any problems this time. All right, well, let's wait for that sun to go down, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, it's nighttime now, and this time I decided I'm going to just go ahead and place the boat where I want it to be, and then I'm going to try to get the zombie, lure him over, and get him to get in the boat. Unfortunately, all the mobs spawning near me are spiders and skeletons and creepers. So, let's see when we get a zombie. Oh, there they are. There's two of them. I just need one, but we'll try to get one of them in the boat, and then I can kill the other one. All right, buddy, get in the boat. Just like that. Awesome. Okay. So now, kill this one. Okay, hopefully... Did he? He dropped a baked potato because he was on fire. Oh, that's just too funny. I love it. That is fantastic. Okay, now I'm going to have the zombie hordes coming. Need to kill them in as few hits as possible to get less chance of more spawning. Alright. Oh, there's another one coming. Alright, you found a flower. Okay, geez, another one. The endless zombie hordes. Come on, guys. Alright, please be the last one. Okay. Well, let me start building up to get this guy secured, and I can deal with them as they show up. So, let's see. Let's get him secured in here. Okay. Alright. I've already done this once, so I should be a professional now. Alright. So, oh, jeez, come on. Oh, come on, skeleton. You're killing me. Like, literally. Okay. Jeez, and next time it's going to be a creeper, isn't it? Okay. So this is where I want him. He's going to be in this box here. He's got a lid. He can't get out of that. He's got... Oh, where's my silk touch? Okay. I need to protect him from the sun. I need to... Now I can remove the boat. So let me get my hitboxes on. That's, by the way, I do that by pressing F3 and B at the same time. Let's see. So now I can hit the boat, but not the zombie. Okay. Oh, he just took my boat. You bum. Okay. Let's see. Now I want a stick of water in the far corner. Get him pressed up here. Okay, good. All right. Now I want to actually name him. Boom. Patient 0. All right. And he's protected from the sun. And let's just make sure with him hanging on the edge, he doesn't get burned up by anything. Let's put some light over here since I'm making a shadow. Okay, now I think I can go sleep. Okay, now I think I'm safe to go sleep, and this guy should stay. Okay, so there's a flaming zombie walking around. Oh, I need to watch for creepers this time. Okay, so he's still here. He's safe. There's a witch. Of all things, now I have to deal with a witch. Okay. All right, those are precious arrows. I need to keep them. Okay, great. So now that I'm probably running really close to time, let's start this build. All right. This isn't going to be too complicated of a build, and I'm thinking that in the future I could throw him a sword, and he'll pick up the sword and drop the boat, and then, you know, and I have these tracks coming right down the center, don't I? That's going to make it a little bit harder to make, like, the posts. Let's see. If I drag this wall... Ooh, no. Let's see. So I wanted to do... There, let's see. Let me lock out this one piece of glass here. Okay, he shouldn't get out. Okay, because I want there to be like a post running up, and those are going to be stripped. And then above that is going to be like one going across like that. And those will also be stripped. So those are going to be like the poles holding the tent up. And then, yep, okay. Well, then if the poles are there, then I'm going to have like a 4-high ceiling. I don't need the ceiling that tall in this build. I want it to feel a little cramped. It's a tent. So I think I'm going to have the posts this height, which will put the ceiling at that height. Okay, which makes these posts really, they're going to really be in the way, aren't they? Because there's going to be one up here too. Okay, that's gonna be in the way. I guess the tent's gonna be kind of tall. Okay, let's see. We do original pan. See, man, I can use my powdered snow. Watch, I can put my powdered snow, and I can put my block against it, and I can pick up my powdered snow. Awesome. Okay, let's see. All right, so then I'm going to not want one on this side too, but obviously when you first walk in, let's see, I'm going to have to position this stuff a little bit differently. So now this one's right up against the back, but this front one, obviously you're going to need a little bit of space to walk in and get around it. So let's put the front post here. Okay. Oops. Like that. Like that. Okay. Let's strip those. Okay, so when you walk in the door, you kind of have this, okay, well, it looks kind of thing, but it's a tent, so it's makeshift and it's not made for, it's made to be structural, not necessarily made for convenience. Okay, I think that's going to be pretty cool. And let's see, so now where do I want to do the villager? So I figure if I come in, maybe I can kind of have this to walk around. Then maybe the villager could still be right kind of there where he was. All right, so the villager will be up against the wall here, which I think might be exactly where he was the first time. Okay. Like that. Perfect. And again, we're going to put the button on the floor. because this is a makeshift tent. And we're going to put... So I figure if I'm like curing him, and then like once he gets cured, I'll want the button on this side, okay? And then, well, let's see. After he's cured, I'm going to need a way to get him like out of the tent and then trucked around to wherever he needs to go. So I want to branch another rail off of it. But how do I get him out of the tent? Okay, which means I would need a lever, which that's not going to be... Now this pole is in the way. Okay. Let me think on this a little bit. Okay, let me move this over one block. Okay, this is going to end up being way more cramped than I wanted it to be because of this, but I still want it to look like a tent. So that should be good enough. He should be far enough away from the zombie that the weakness potion won't hurt the zombie. Well, I guess even if the zombie was weakened, it wouldn't actually do damage to him, so probably not a big deal. I'm probably worrying about that for no reason. Okay, so then if I have a lever on the floor here, well, let's see. If I bring this track out and I put a lever here, okay, so now what that will do is when the lever is thrown this way, pointing at the zombie, then this guy's going to go back and forth between the zombie and the curing station. And then whenever I throw the lever that way, pointing out of the tent, that means that the villager who's in the cart here will now go this way and out of the tent. So... and I think whenever he comes out of the tent, it's just going to be, excuse me, it's going to do it like this for now, and then whenever I am ready to actually move a villager out, I'll just punch a hole in the wall, move him out, and then put it back, because that's not going to happen as often as this right here will happen. All right, well, so I think that's good for the station there. And let's see, let's start building these walls. So, knock these down. All right, I'm going to build up the basic structure of these walls real quick, and then I'll be back with you in just a moment when that's done. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, well, I'm not quite done yet, and I ran out of quartz. And again, this is the... I always end up with less building materials than I think. Like, I always get more than I think I'll need, and then I go through it. So, I ran out of the quartz, and I went and I got the last stack of quartz crystals that I had, and I turned them into quartz blocks and then smelted them into smooth, and I'm still only got this far. So I've used up pretty much all of my quartz. And so for now, I'm going to use wool as a stand-in just to get the build finished off, and I can replace all of this wool with quartz later when I have the material. Because I just don't feel like going and spending another 30 minutes in the nether right now. Let's see. This comes up quicker with the shears, right? Oh, okay. I don't know if that was much quicker than punching it, but... Okay, so as far as the build, that's kind of what I was thinking. Actually, that kind of looks plain and boring, doesn't it? Well, I'm going to need some red crosses on this. So I got some of that red wool. So I think I'm going to do it touching, well, I kind of want it not touching the ground, but then over here, I think that'll look okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, well, this will give me some of that quartz back, so that's good. Red cross in there. And let's see, I want one on the side. Is there a center to this build, or is it even numbers? Let's see. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's even numbers. If I move the door in 1, this is like a really restricted spot, which is starting to get really uncomfortable. Okay, well, I guess the red crosses will not be centered then. Let's see. So if it's 12 by 12, let's see if it's 12 long, that'd be 2, 4, 6, and 6. And is there a center here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's no center there either. Oh man. Oh man. You know, this sounded like a really cool idea in my head, but this is not working out. It just looks like a big ugly white bread box sitting here on the top of a hill. And even if I get the crosses in here, they're gonna look funny. And I don't want like 2 red crosses. That's, you know, they're called the Red Cross, not the Red Crosses. Oh, bummer. This is bumming me out big time. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 and 6. So, well, for now, just we'll get it here. Just to get something positioned, and then we can step back and take another look. See, I don't like it being on the top. Well, let me look at it from the house. Or at least from out here. If I was out here, okay, the red cross, you can see you have the top of the roof. That actually looks relatively centered up and down. It's a little off-centered on the side. That's not terrible. The fact that it's just a big white box is pretty terrible. It does not look good. I do not like this at all. Okay, well that's another part of Minecraft, right? You got to try things. You got to try out your ideas, and if they don't turn out the way you want them, you got to be willing to let the idea go. So I think this idea might be scrapped. So I think I'm still going to keep the thing here, and I'm still going to you know, keep it working the same way. I'm going to keep this guy here. And, I think I'm just going to have to design a different building around it. It's probably going to have to be more like a villager house, you know. Maybe I can just kind of take the design idea off of one of those. Those still look pretty simple. Maybe I could just make a little medieval house up here, you know, kind of maybe something to mirror the look of that. You know, maybe I can use a couple of spruce logs, and maybe I can still utilize some of this smooth quartz that I made instead of the calcite, and I can maybe just at least have that same look and feel to this, and then have like a roof and everything, and maybe we can even have some windows. Yeah, okay. So I think that's what I'll do. I think as far as this episode is concerned, well, you know what? I wonder if I have time to get a villager over here just so you can see it in action. Well, you know, I think I am actually pretty much buttoned up against time on this, so I don't think I'm going to have time to get a villager. So okay, so let's admit defeat. Okay, well, I think that's going to be the episode then. So I think this building idea was a bit of a bust. I don't think it's going to look as good as I imagined in my head, and I think it's just not going to work out. But I think I'm going to keep this around and just build a different building around it. So next episode, then, we're going to do a little demo work on this thing, tear down these walls, and we're going to get a new house built up around this, and then we'll get a villager in here, and then we'll get him into a librarian and get our beloved mending book. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm glad you stopped by, and I appreciate you spending your time with me, and I'd love to hear from you. So if you want to drop me a line in the comments and say hi, I would absolutely love that. So until next time, you take care of yourself. All right? Bye-bye.